Right, welcome back everybody. Now today is quite well. We could class it as a success, although it's not entirely finished yet. Now to let you in on what we're talking about, we are talking about our Phormictopus cancerides, the Haitian brown. Now, as some of you regular guys will know, we had one of our subscribers, Lucy Priest. She donated her freshly matured male after I put a little ad out looking for one online, and she kindly donated one, Mr. Gimli, and we done a video of his unboxing. Now this was back in August the 11th. We are now in November 17th, 16th, 17th, can't remember, but it's one of them. And he has finally done the deed. Now I have put this male in with this female on numerous occasions, and he's a big lad, but he's a bit of a fairy. He's yeah, he not got a lot of confidence. So he was running scared all the time. They had a couple of little meetings, and yeah, she's a brave girl, so I think she just absolutely intimidated him. So what I done was I separated them, and I've given them a rest for around about 6 weeks now. Was the last time I actually put them together. And I was busy working away in my room, and I noticed my female had been doing circuits, very active, which is something incredibly unusual with this girl because she don't move from one day to the next. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give them a go. The other thing that I done when I gave them this rest for 6 weeks was I entirely dried them out to see if that would make a difference as well. So without further ado, here's the video of that pairing. I hope you enjoy. It's pretty quick, and yeah, I'll see you in a minute. Well, this has been a very long project. Here we've got our Phormictopus cancerides, the Haitian brown, very large brown spider, a very underrated spider. I think these guys are absolutely amazing display spiders. They really are cool. Now we have the male on the top there, female lower down. Now this guy came to us from Lucy Priest back in the beginning of August, and I have put him in with this female on numerous times, and every time he's literally just, he's been more arboreal than terrestrial. He's run up the sides of the tanks and been everywhere. So I gave them a rest, and basically they've not been together now for probably about 6 weeks or so, and I've totally dried them out. Now there you go. This is the type of interaction we're looking for. Before, in the past, he would have done a runner by now. He had no confidence whatsoever, but now you can see he's actually taken it to her a little bit. This is really promising. It's good to see he's holding his ground. And you can see she's not 100%. Here we go, look. This is what we've been waiting to see. His response. Now she's a little bit more defensive there, but nothing too bad. She's reasonably relaxed. Here he goes, sending them signals again. This is looking very promising. I say, in the past he literally would have done a runner by now. Well, he's quite keen. Very subtle movements from him. Now she's relaxed.
Oh, now we're seeing a different behaviour from her. Oh, look at that, she's turned her back on him. And she's looking more like she'd rather wander off and do something else. He's still giving it a little bit of movement. Yeah, he's still interested. We've still got movement from him. You notice he's very, very subtle, but he's still there. Now this little male, well, I say little, he's absolutely huge. Here she goes, she's coming back. Oh, touch of the leg there. That didn't freak him out, so that's a good sign. I say he's absolutely a huge male. And his name is Mr. Gimli. And up until this point he has been rather disappointing. Because although he's a big lad, he's a bit of a fairy. But today there seems to have been a change in him. Now is this because we've dried them out? Temperature wise they've been pretty much constant. Oh, she's coming back round. This is such a different behaviour in her as well. Very interesting. The fact that she's moving around, I mean this is one of the reasons I actually put these guys together, is because she was on the move quite a bit while I was in the room. Here we go. Oh, that's it. Oh yes. There we go, now he's trying. See them pedipalps working away, flashing away. What we want to see is one of them stop. Oh, there you go, insertion. Wow, I think he might have even got both in. Cool, look at that. Flat on her back. You don't see that very often. Keeping her at arm's length now. Oh, there he goes, he's off. That's normally a sign of a successful insertion. Here he goes, back to his arboreal self. Well, what a wonderful job. It's taken 4 months, but we got there in the end.
Well then, what do you reckon to Mr. Gimli now? I think he's grown some kahunas. He's looking pretty cool now, isn't he? And as you see there, his confidence has grown somewhat. Now, is that to do with the 6-week break that he's had? Just chilling out, giving him something to think about. You know, he needs to up his game a little bit if he's ever going to get anywhere. You saw in the video, he was straight in there. She was a little bit offish to begin with, but not too bad. And then all of a sudden she walked away and I was like, no, we ain't finished yet. But she turned around and came back. She gave him a second chance. And thank God he stayed put to have a go. And I've never seen it before, but he actually managed to flip her over clean on her back. It didn't bother him in the slightest, did it? He was having some whether she wanted it or not. And he was in there. And you saw there was a perfect insertion. And in actual fact, I think maybe both pedipalps were inserted. I've not seen that before either. So this is all rather exciting. It was a very, very good pairing. And you saw as soon as he was finished, he hightailed it and was off. He was gone. And for a terrestrial spider, he don't half climb glass well, don't he? He was literally up and away. He's semi-arboreal, I am sure of it. Absolutely sure of it. So what we will do now is I will try him one more time in about a week's time, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how her reaction is. But I'm quite happy with that particular pairing. I think we are on the cards for a sack if we touch wood. But I think that was a really, really good one. So yeah, it's taken 4 months to get there, but we done it in the end. So I guess the moral of the story would be, don't give up. Change your tactics a little bit. If your males are a little bit of a wuss, and he ain't quite, not quite handing it out like he should do, then try a different technique. changed things around a little bit. This is exactly what we done there. It took 4 months to wake him up, but now he's awake, we're laughing. So, yeah, I think it's a real success, and I'm really, really pleased, to be fair. I'm quite chuffed. So, yes. Right then, we will leave it there, and let's see what the future holds. Don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spiders. And well done, Mr. Gimli.